Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast Reading the Author. I truly believe and pray that you and your families are completely safe and healthy as well. Guys, I'm really happy and I feel blessed to be able to bring you the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita, simplified in conversational English. You can call it the beginner series. As you all know that Bhagavad Gita is divided into 18 chapters and 700 shlokas. So for beginners, we are bringing 108 shlokas inspired by ISKCON. Each episode shall be of a few minutes and 5 to 6 shlokas from Bhagavad Gita will be there. It is also available on audio visual format on Vachi channel, so do check it out. Narration by Monisha K. Gumbar ma'am and Acharya Ravi Shankar sir. Please do spread the word about this initiative. Jai Shri Krishna.
सैवायं मया तेद्य योगप्रोक्तः पुरातनः भक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति रहस्यं ह्येतदुत्तमम्.
That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you because you are my devotee as well as my friend and can therefore understand the transcendental mystery of this science. Krishna says that this very transcendental mystery is now passed to Arjun as Arjun is a devotee as well as a dear friend who can truly understand this mystical yoga. So friends, the fact that we are also given a chance to experience Gita says a lot about Krishna's trust in us. Yes, we are all dear to Krishna. What else could we ask for?
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया.
Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, I still incarnate in a physical form. This one is tough to explain, but probably we can all feel it. Krishna remains unborn and his energy never deteriorates, but he still appears in a physical form by virtue of his Yoga Maya, expressing himself through a body despite the fact that he remains Bhagwan of all living entities. It is mentioned in our scriptures that Bhagwan appears in both ways, as the formless Brahm and in a physical form. These are both dimensions of his personality. Isn't it true about us all? We all have a physical body that can be seen and an Atma which cannot, but it is felt and experienced, even deeply if we silence our minds. Sometimes, friends, we struggle to find the right words to express Bhagwan. Maybe we don't have to. We just need to know He is. He is all there is and all there is not.
यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत अभ्युत्थानमधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्.
Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharat, and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Friends, this is such an important shlok for which we also need to keep an open mind. The word religion is not a direct translation of dharma, though this term is accepted due to the sake of convenience. Dharma means righteousness. Sanatan Dharma means a continuous, ever-evolving, infinite order of our rights, responsibilities and privileges. Sanatan Dharma is based on the principles of truth and non-violence. Whenever there is a uprising of evil, degradation of moral code of conduct, violence towards helpless beings, and an extreme form of injustice, Bhagwan manifests himself in the form of an avatar. whether for a few moments to fulfill a special purpose or through a person for a period of time. You can call them divine interventions. Krishna is a Purna avatar or a perfect and complete form of such an intervention.
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे.
Krishna further adds that to protect the righteous, to destroy the evil, and to re-establish the principles of Dharma, I appear on this earth age after age. The explanation is simple, yet the meaning is deep. Whenever Dharma is getting destroyed by evil or negative energies, Bhagwan appears to set the order right. You can call it an extreme step taken under exceptional circumstances. But does Bhagwan have to? Can he not just make it happen with the blink of an eye? Why the trouble? Is it because Bhagwan probably does not want you to believe in miracles? Well, there are rules and principles and guidelines to follow, and despite being protected by him, we still have to do something. We still have to act. We still have to fight. It won't just happen on its own. So Ram took birth to set an example and to teach us a lesson, the victory of good over evil. Krishna did that too, to teach Arjun the duty of a Kshatriya. In the present times, if we look hard, we can see traces of divine in some people. But are we waiting for that one person to come and set things right? Why not begin by cleansing our own minds and conduct through this divine knowledge?
जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन.
One who knows the divine nature and truth of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains me, O Arjun. Krishna says that those who know the truth about Krishna's divinity, his appearance on earth or birth, as well as activities upon death, attain moksha or get liberated from the material world and become one with the source. Friends, we all know life is not easy, but have you ever noticed how peaceful and happy the devotees of Krishna seem to be? They are humans too, having their own set of karmic baggage, but they make it lighter through the devotion to Bhagwan. Through learning the knowledge of Gita, meditating upon him, chanting his name, singing bhajans, dancing and rejoicing in the fact that he is present in our hearts, surrendering to him, we can all make our time on earth so much more wonderful. Let's try it.
Okay, so these were some of the shlokas from the Bhagavad Gita. Every week we will try to bring you some of the shloks from it. Till then, please take care of yourself and Jai Shri Krishna.